You're listening to Saturday Morning Media. And now, back to our show. Here we go. Welcome back to the Grantcast, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Grant Baciocco. It is an absolute pleasure to have you here today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. Thank you for checking out this podcast where I just ramble and talk and none of it makes sense. It's a pleasure to have you here. Special shout out before we get going to our Patreon patrons who help support this show and the other fine content from Saturday Morning Media. And a shout out to our behind the scenes patrons and above who get a special video recording of these episodes. So they are watching me talk right now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a couple updates from the last podcast. Turns out I am not a tin fish guy. It's okay. I got a bunch of fancy tin fish, and I even filmed an unboxing of me unboxing from this company because it's a lot of fun. And then I was just like, why am I filming an unboxing of this? This is so ridiculous to film an unboxing. And then the kind that I was really interested to try was the herring in mustard. And that's what I was really excited to give a go. And I ate it, and it was fine, but it was not great. It wasn't like, wow, I can't wait to eat this again. This is awesome. So I mean, I'm not saying that it was not like a reaction I had when I tried sushi for the first time and nearly threw up all over the place, where I just did not like the taste at all. It was not a good taste in my mouth or anything like that. But this mustard, like, it was very mustardy, but it was also very fishy. And I was just like, okay, there's that. That's what that is. And there you go. Yeah, I don't think I'm a tin fish guy. I think I will eat the I think I have 5 cans right now in the cabinet, and I will probably eat those, and then that'll be it. I got my glasses. The prescription, I think because I missed a year, my prescription is a little bit more, I don't know what the correct word is if I had bought glasses last year, it would have been a slight increment. But since I did not buy glasses this year, it's a bigger increment of the prescription. So I'm still in that phase where it's just like, are these prescription great? I think they are. But sometimes when I look over at something, it doesn't look as it should probably. I don't know. So anyway, but they arrived. And I did get a pair of glasses from the doctor. So I was like, well, if the glasses from Warby Parker are making my eyes funky, the ones from the doctor shouldn't be, because they should be the correct prescription. And those glasses were making my eyes funky too. So it's just that honeymoon period of when you get a new pair of glasses. The other night, I took Harvey out for his late night walk. Just before bed, one more chance to leave your mark on the world. And I picked him up, and I was walking down the street. Now, here's the thing. By 9:30 at night, he's in for the night. He does not want to go out. And it is like dealing with a toddler, trying to get him to go out after 9:30 at night, because he's already in. So get him all in his harness and everything, and you have to pick him up because he won't walk. He'll just refuse. And he's small enough where you can pick him up. And then you pick him up and you walk down the block several, houses, like maybe half a block or 3/4 of a block. And then you put him down, and then he just runs home, and he will do his business along the way, and then he's happy to be home. So this is just a tradition that we do. As I scoop him up, I carry him, I put him down. I picked him up, carried him past the house next door, and get to the house on the corner. And usually what we do is we cross the street, go down part of the next block, and then put him down, and then we come back. And as I approached the corner, 6 or 7 coyotes were suddenly all right there. Now, they were not menacing. They were not like trying to attack or anything like that. But suddenly there was just 6, 7 coyotes running all over the place. And I instantly freeze, and I instantly start slowly walking backwards. And one of them's like started to approach, but just sort of approaching like, oh, what are you? What are you doing? Hey, what's going on? So I just got back to the house, and then I was like, well, I'm going to take Harvey. We're going to get in the car. We're going to drive somewhere where there's not the six or seven coyotes immediately. So I told this to Suzanne, and Suzanne immediately started buying all the anti-coyote sort of deterrent stuff on Amazon. So Harvey now has a spiked leather jacket that he does not particularly like to wear, but makes him look badass. For an 11-pound dog, he is the baddest ass in the world. Now, since he's got this jacket, we have not seen one coyote, and that is just fine with us. But it's better to be safe than sorry for him to have these. And it's got like this really big spiked collar around his neck. So if a coyote tried to grab him at the neck, he'd get a mouthful of spikes. So hopefully it will not ever come to that, but I'm happy to be safe about that. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about is something that makes me very unreasonably angry. The street that our house is on, there's never a problem with parking, right? There's always empty space. And even if there's just not other places in Burbank. I mean, it's a very suburban residential area. So everyone's got driveways. There's plenty of street parking. And even on days, I think it's Wednesdays and Thursdays when there's street cleaning, street sweeping, there's not a problem finding places to park. You can definitely find places to park at any time of the day. Well, this guy across the street has, I think, 2 of these big trucks. You know what I mean? Like they're pickup trucks, but it's not it's like a big souped up pickup truck with a dual, I don't know if it's a dual cab is the right word, but it's got like the front seat and the back seat, and then it's got the covering across the back, and it's just super fancy. And he keeps parking directly in front of our house. Now, he is across the street. There's plenty of parking in front of his house, in front of his street, or in front of his house, all up and down his street. But he parks in front of our house, and the truck is so big, you can park 2 cars in front of our house. But his truck is so big, you can only park his car in front of the house, and that's it. And here's the thing. It's not illegal. What he's doing is 100% perfectly legal. It should not upset me as much as it does. But in my head, it's like a courtesy thing. It's like, and so here's the other thing. There was a day when we had street sweeping, and the first available spot closest to our house was in front of his house. And I swear, like in my head, he is now parking in front of our house because that one day I parked in front of his house. And now and the thing is, he'll leave the truck there for like 3-4 days and then only move it when street sweeping has to come. And it just drives me crazy. And I know it shouldn't. And I know it's like a minor thing, and he's not, there's nothing wrong. He's not breaking any laws, but it just drives me bananas that this man parks in front of our house. And I was like, how could I turn the sprinklers on? So, because he had his truck detailed, like he paid somebody to come to his house and detail the truck. So I was like, how could I just turn on the sprinklers accidentally? And then his truck is right there. But we are courteous people where we don't have our sprinklers sprinkling into the street. We just cover the grass. It's so stupid. I don't even understand why. Why it upsets me as much as it does. Well, on that note, I think I'm going to wrap up this episode a little shorter than normal. I'm recording this on January 31st, 2024. I don't know exactly when you will be hearing it. I know that our patrons get to hear it early, and I know our behind-the-scenes patrons and above get a video of watching this. So if you would want to hear these episodes before they are released, that's how you can do it. Thank you so much for listening. It is a pleasure. Let me know what you think in the comments or all that kind of other good stuff. And do not get mad at somebody who's parking in front of your house, because it is just a waste of time. Bye, everybody. This episode of the Grantcast was edited by Stephen Staver, who probably did the artwork as well. Thank you, Stephen. This episode was made possible by the Saturday Morning Media Patreon patrons who've gone to patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media and set up a pledge for as little as $1 a month. Patrons at the behind-the-scenes level and above get access to a video of the recording of this show, and all patrons get this episode before it is released to the public. Big shout out to all of our patrons, and a special shout out to our patron producers, Eve Cunning, Kathy Crawford, Tony Urbano, Brandy, David Akers, Paul, Scott Armstrong, Vicky Sebring, and Ricky Chavez. If you'd like to become a patron of the Grantcast and get these episodes before anyone else, visit patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media and set up your monthly pledge today. And thank you for your support. This episode of the Grantcast is copyright 2024 Saturday Morning Media, Grant Baciocco, executive producer, all rights reserved. www.saturdaymorningmedia.com.
You've been listening to Saturday Morning Media. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.